that is certainly a big hurdle, because it's being sick is horrible, right? It doesn't matter what is wrong with you. It's always a horrible thing. It sets you back emotionally, physically, spiritually. It sets you back in terms of your routine and your schedule and your work, right? And real life, and so on and so forth. So all you can do there is just do what you can when you can. But make sure you have the discipline to get back on the horse, right? So what do you do when your personal life, your work life, your health, and your social life gets in the way of your online business, when you, a solopreneur, are trying to build an online business as a YouTuber or a blogger? And I want to share with you my perspective after having tens of thousands of students come through my courses inside Taking Action Online, so you can learn from their mistakes, so you can see that if you're willing to accept a little bit of responsibility, a little bit of self-awareness, and take on a few challenges, you can overcome all these hurdles very easily if you're willing to do what it takes. Unfortunately, most of you will not, and you'll quit, and you'll wonder why nothing ever changes for you. Okay, so keep watching, and I'll share with you my perspective on this. So guys, my name is Philip Barman, and I am a coach, and I show people how to build an online business using YouTube and blogging. I've been doing this here now for the last 12 years or so, so keep watching, and I'll share with you my perspective on this topic. Okay, so personal life, your work, your friends, your health, and just your timekeeping really, and your life in general as is right now, will get in the way of you building a business, because that's just how it goes. Most of us are undisciplined. Most of us don't say no to our friends. Most of us, unfortunately, prioritize watching Netflix over spending that extra hour on your business. Most of us are weak-willed, okay, when it comes to breaking our routine, because our routine is our routine, and we are creatures of habit, and we like our routine. That's why we have it, because it's safe, it's comfortable, it's nice, and so on and so on and so on. So that means that for you as a beginner solopreneur, it's very, very difficult in the beginning to break that old routine, because it's embedded in your psyche. And it means that for you to change, you have to change. And changing is hard, and changing sucks, because guess what? That means you have to put down the remote control for your Netflix special. You have to put down that beer on Friday night after work. You have to say no to your friends, okay? Not every single day, not all day, every day, but most of the time. Otherwise, you are not going to progress. One of the most common kind of excuses I hear over and over again is, Philip, oh, I haven't got time, you don't understand, my life is so busy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you're not. Okay, you're just undisciplined, you're unorganized, because everyone has 24 hours in a day and everyone is busy, right? It doesn't matter if you have 1 child, no children, 4 children, a full-time job, part-time job. Everyone's busy because everyone fills their day with random crap we don't need or want. We do it because it's our routine, okay? Because have you ever noticed somebody who has no children, who has a full-time job, who has no responsibility really apart from the job, haven't got time? And then also someone who has 4 children, has a full-time job, and has a busy social life, also hasn't got time? How does that work, right? It's because whatever timeline you have, in any way, shape or form, right? It doesn't matter how busy you actually are. Whatever timeline you have, you fill it with whatever you have, okay? It's Parkinson's law, right? That's how we operate as humans. And unfortunately, most people never get out of that loop of simply going, oh, I haven't got time, it's not my fault, right? When, yes, you have time and it is your fault. It's just a case of you don't prioritize the right things. Because back in 2017, 2018, guys, when I first built the first version of my course, Taking Action Online, that took me 200 hours over 2 months, okay? So while most of my friends were drinking and partying and traveling and camping and going mountain biking and doing fun things, watching Netflix and hanging out, I spent 2 months working. And so in 2 months, I sacrificed all the fun, right, for my business, right? And fast forward 5-6 years later, here I am now, and I've done very well from that business. And so those 200 hours have made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so understand that that was a sacrifice I made in the short term for a long-term gain, okay? And unfortunately, most people are not willing to do that, because the Friday night pizza night or the Saturday night binge with your friend, because you do it every Sunday or every Saturday, is more important. And that's fine, but don't complain when things don't grow for you online, because you have to sacrifice a lot of time and energy. So if your personal life is getting in the way, then understand that most of it is your fault. Now, the only time that's put aside is with health issues. So if you have a bad cold, or if you get COVID, or if you break your leg, or if you just have a bad back, or suffer some kind of injury, then that's different, because that has a longer lasting emotional and physical side effect of falling behind and just feeling deflated and tired and in pain, right, and so on and so forth. So that's a bit different, but the same principle applies, guys. If you get sick, it's like, well, unless you're literally gonna die, then so what? You get a cold, okay, yeah, okay, fair enough. Take a few days off and then come back, right? If you break your leg, does breaking your leg stop you from typing? Nope, right? So understand that the same principle applies. When you get sick, that is certainly a big hurdle, because it's being sick is horrible, right? It doesn't matter what is wrong with you. It's always a horrible thing. It sets you back emotionally, physically, spiritually. It sets you back, in terms of your routine and your schedule and your work, right, and real life, and so on and so forth. So all you can do there is just do what you can when you can, but make sure you have the discipline to get back on the horse, right? Take a week off or whatever and come back. Otherwise, nothing will change, right? Because do you think your business cares if you have a cold? Nope. Do you think Google cares if you are feeling a bit down this week? Nope. Right? Nothing changes. The next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks will pass regardless of how you feel, regardless of how broken your leg is, regardless how bad your back is. It's up to you to be flexible and digest that and mold your life around that and move forward. Otherwise, nothing will happen. And this goes across the board, guys. Imagine tomorrow if you have a blog or a channel that's bringing you in $1,000 a month. Do you think that business stops just because that week it's raining outside and you're feeling a bit down? Nope. Do you think that business stops if you break your leg and have a headache the next day? Nope. Do you think that business stops just because that day something happens to you that distracts you? Nope. Does that invalidate how you feel? No, of course not. Does it invalidate how you feel about that week and how crap you're feeling? No, of course not. But do you think your business stops? No. So what is the alternative? What do you have to do? Suck it up, shoulder the responsibility, and push forward the best you can. Work at 20% only if you have to, but do something. Otherwise, you are going to fall by the wayside and become part of that big mound of millions and millions and millions of people who say, I gave up because it's not my fault, because I didn't have time, and then I broke my leg, and then I got COVID, and the list builds and builds and builds. And guess what? That list would have happened regardless if they had the business or not. So what difference does it make? None whatsoever. It's about how you digest it. It's about how you flex yourself around it. It's about how you adopt that responsibility and get on with it. Otherwise, you've already failed. Right now, if you're watching this here and you getting a cold, or you having a bad day at work, or you having an argument with your girlfriend is enough for you to quit your business, then you've already failed. Because guess what? That argument with your girlfriend is guaranteed. That bad day at work is guaranteed. That week when you have a bad back because you bent over a bit funny is guaranteed. All right, keep your mouth shut, get back to work, go through the process, have a little whinge, have a sulk, have a moan, have a good chat with your girlfriend, your partner, whatever, and then get back to work. Okay, because that's all you can do, because your business does not care about your social problems or your personal problems or your work issues. Okay, and if you want to release yourself from that life of being beholden to the man and being stuck in whatever rut you're in, the only way for you to do that is to suck it up and get back to work and make the sacrifice you have to make to build your business. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.